Hi guys, I am not good at writing or expressing thoughts, even in Russian, let alone English, but I would like to tell you a story which I found and translated into English. My English is kinda bad because I am still learning it. We have a lot of paranormal stuff here in Russia, a lot of websites about it, and the stories there, as it's said, are supposed to be real stories that happen to real people. I am pretty sure that paranormal things exist. Don't know why, and whether it depends on religions or not. A lot of Russians, especially from rural places, encountered weird things. You can hardly find a family that has never faced something paranormal. Okay, here is the story. Hello, my name is Nico. I want to tell you about a story that happened to me many years ago when I was serving in the army. It took place in 1995. After a year of serving, I was sent into a military unit in Siberia. By this time, I had already served a half of the term, 1 year. New squad accepted me nicely, and I got along well with everyone. Everything was nice there, except the place was really distant from civilization. It's situated in 20 kilometers from the nearest city, among wilderness of the taiga. In 10 kilometers to the north, there was old but still working career. Once in a while, we, the soldiers, were sent to the career to help there with daily kinds of jobs. From the words of our soldiers, I learned that back in Soviet times, somewhere around where we were, they carried out underground nuclear explosions. Before I got to the military, I was a veterinarian, so I was appointed as a military canine. I was in charge of a few dogs. All of the dogs were German shepherds. The dogs were being trained for finding and rescuing people disappeared in woods. I was given a dog to train. It was a young German shepherd by the name of Taiga. It was a really strong-willed dog and was hard to tame. At the first day of training, the dog even bit me. But after that, we got along really well. She was really smart and had a good flair. Half of a year passed, and I was anticipating the day of freedom when I will be sent back home. It was a day in August. It was sunny, but was not hot. I and a few of our soldiers were sent to the career to load a truck with sand. After a few hours of working, we were then sent back to the military base. In the evening, before the sleeping time, I went out to see the amazing north night sky and smoke a cigarette. Unluckily, I was noticed by a drunk lieutenant, which hastened toward me and yelled, "Hey, soldier, you must go to the career now and take my gun, which I have forgotten there." I said, "It's already night. Please give someone to go with me." The drunk lieutenant said, "No time for this. You must go there right fucking now." So that night, I left the military base alone. I was going on a path among north woods at night. The farther I went, the more frightened I got. I remembered all the stories about weird things, about disappeared people, about spirits and lights in the woods, about the radiation, about wolves and bears. I tried to cheer myself up, but I failed. The wild, deep forest escalated the horror, and I was almost panicking. I intended to reach the career after an hour and a half of walk. After a long walk, I felt that it was already time to reach the career. Then I saw a faint yellow light somewhere ahead among the trees. Thank God, there it is, I thought, with relief. The lights must be coming from the career searchlights. After a minute of walking, a thought came to my mind that these were not searchlights, because the lights that were coming from behind the trees were not homogeneous. However, it seemed as if people with lanterns were roaming somewhere ahead. I stopped behind a tree. The lights went on. However, the shimmering lessened. I glanced to that side again, from the behind of the tree. For a few seconds, there was darkness. But then, the lights appeared again, and started going my way. I did not know what to do. I was frightened as hell, almost crying. I have realized that the lights only start approaching me when I look at them. So I sat behind the tree for maybe an hour, all paralyzed with fear. The light was still shimmering, never getting brighter nor fading. I have decided to run away from these sources of light and not watching back. After a long run, I thought I broke away from these things, so I looked back. The thing that I saw was surreal. I saw a ball pursuing me. It was very bright, as if made of a red-hot metal. It was about a meter in diameter. It had outgrowth on its surface, and the whole thing resembled a red-hot underwater mine. The thing was rolling on the ground, leaving traces on it. The last thing I remember, I screamed. I woke up in the hospital. The doctors told me the rest of what happened. That night, I never reached the career, nor came back to the military base. Officers gave commands to organize a search group. There was no stone unturned left in the surrounding woods. They could not find me. They declared me a deserter and extended the searching area. In the evening of the second day of searching, a command was given to get back, because it was almost night already, when my dog Tiger suddenly rushed to the depths of the forest. Next morning, the search group took the trace of the dog with another dog and found at first pieces of my clothes, and then a bit farther, Tiger lying on my unconscious, naked body. I was found 40 kilometers from the military base in the opposite direction to the career. The pieces of my torn clothes were lying in equal distances from each other. There were stains of blood on it. I was barely breathing. Doctors said the dog saved me, because if it had not spent the last night with me, warming my body, I would have been frozen to death. For some reason, there was not a single hair left on my body. Doctors examined my body and did not find anything unusual or wrong except the fact I lost all of my hair. I don't know what happened there in the woods. Doctors tried to recover my memory of what happened with hypnotherapy, but it did not give any results. I can't remember what happened there at all. Australian reporting in. I never told anyone about this because I am certain I'd be shipped off to the loony bin in an instant. Be me, around 5 months ago. Decide while drinking and doping around my mate's flat in Ultimo before hitting the city that it would be a good idea to go for a short road trip up to the Hawkesbury. Everyone agrees it would be good to take a case of beer and some weed and just chill and maybe go fishing for the night. Weekend comes and we drive up, all 5 of us, with our rods, beer and weed. There is 2 girls and 3 guys. Driving through bush and shit like that at night, paranoid that cops will pull us over, all in one car. Arrive at the ferry which transports us across river. Get out whilst on ferry and have a ciggy. Nobody else is around except for us. Arrive on other side and continue driving. Stop because one of the guys, Jason, need to chuck a piss. He walks into the bush off the side of the road so the girls can't see his micro penis. Wait for what feels like 15 minutes. Think that maybe he's chucking a shit. I go look for Jason and cannot find him. Call his name and hear nothing. Realize there is no noise, not even crickets. Turn around and he is standing behind me. What the fuck? Nearly shit my pants. Shove him and say, "What the fuck, man? I was looking for you." Realize he has a dead look in his eyes and drool coming from the side of mouth. Ask what the fuck is wrong with him angrily, cause he is starting to freak me out. Hear noise in bush and decide to book it to car. When I arrive at car, Jason is already standing there. Nope. Scramble into back seat and ask others when he arrived. They say he's been standing there waiting for 5 minutes, waiting for me to return. I've been searching online for answers, but can't find anything. Maybe it's related, because sounds similar to some of these accounts. Look around, and nobody else is freaking out. Feel like I'm going fucking crazy. Don't want to talk about it in the car, because people will say I'm just stoned, or won't believe me. Get to spot and bob and head at some lookout. Everyone, including Jason, get out of car, and start getting ready to roll joints before we head to the river to fish and drink. Girls flirting and joking around with us guys. Not all in a group, as some of us were just walking back and forth from car, sitting on bonnet to railing of lookout point. I'm rolling a joint and chopping weed in seedy bowl. Look up, and everyone is in my view, except for Jason. My face went, this shit again.
Ask another mate to go find Jason. In the distance, I see Flicker, and assume Jason is having a ciggy a bit further down the road, maybe checking out views. Guy halfway to Jason now. Suddenly, Jason walks off into bush, opposite side of the road. Mate calls after him, and I freak, so I follow, yelling his name. Girls call after me. What the fuck are you doing, Anon? Is everything okay? Say yes, and tell them to stay there. Get to spot, and Jason is gone. Mate and I look at each other nervously. I ask why he did not follow into bush after Jason. He says, when he saw Jason, he was just standing there with his head hung low, hunched over, flicking lighter on and off, and started power walking into pitch black bush. Guy says he does not have a torch, and he does not know why Jason did that. Walk closer to bush and still silent. Smell some putrid shit, like a dead animal. Thought it was roadkill, because lots of wallabies and possums get pancaked here at night. Shit smell getting stronger, smells like rotting flesh. Mate vomits all over his shoes and down his hoodie. I am gagging insanely hard right now. Looking for roadkill so we can move away, but can't locate it because I don't see anything. Hear something move and crunch in bush about 20 meters to our left. Think it's Jason and start following road towards sound. Hear Jason saying my name. Anon, Anon. Think he got hurt or fell or some shit. Turn on iPhone flashlight, trying to make my way through thick bush, wondering how the fuck he just power walked into it. Have bad feeling, because mate stayed at road, gagging, and cleaning up, sick from his shoes. 2 fingers up nostrils, breathing through mouth, bitter taste on tongue. Calling Jason's name in fucked up nasally voice, because fingers and nose. I see Jason, a few meters away. Walk into spiderweb and fucking freak out. Shit is all over my face. Thrashing my hands around while simultaneously calling Jason's name. My face went. Jason is standing right beside me, 30 centimeters from my face. Accidentally collect his face with my arm while thrashing. Nearly shit my pants and scream. He is doing the weird face again. Scared out of my fucking mind. Book it back to road and while dragging him by front of shirt. Want to show vomit friend Jason's look on face. Get to road. Jason unresponsive as fuck. Examine Jason's face in moonlight. Eyeballs are rolling to back of head. Vomit guy walking over with hoodie, doused with deodorant, wrapped around his face. He asks if Jason took any drugs, like ecstasy. Say no, because I know Jason, he doesn't do X. Girls start screaming about putrid smell. Hands over their face, running towards us. Other guy his shirt pulled over his face. Standing around Jason, looking at his fucked up eyes, mouth open, hunched over. Jason cocks his head and looks toward the bush. Says in a strange voice that sounded like he was sick, raspy flu voice, that we should go into bush. All of us nope. Girls pacing around, gagging. All of a sudden, we hear fucking strange noises from bush. Then dead silence. Anon, Anon, in Jason's voice. My face went. Jason is standing right in front of us. Nope. Girls are going hysterical. Vomit guy legs it to the car. Falls as he is running. Starts engine. Engine fails. Girls running to car crying and screaming about ghosts. I am frozen. Cannot move. Jason walking to bush, hunched over. Saying, come on Anon, we have to go. Muster up all the energy I can and grab Jason by the back of shirt and pull him with me towards car, still gagging. Get to car, and girls will not open the door, screaming and tapping on the window saying, behind you. Look behind me and see standing figure in distance of trees, just obscured by shrubs, pale and thin. Shit my pants and scramble for door handle. Fucking girls lock the door. Screaming as I am looking over my shoulder, one hand on door, one hand on Jason's shirt. Vomit guy unlocks back doors from front. I don't give a fuck. I push Jason in on top of them and jump in also. Girls bunched up on one side, all 4 squashed in back, and vomit guy in driver's seat. looking through windshield at figure in distance. I scramble into the front and try to get a better look. Figure some fucking punk is trying to scare us. Mind replays to hearing my name called in Jason's voice while he was right in front of us. Realize shit is not right. Figure crouches down and just sits there. Can still see pale blur behind shrubs. Vomit guy hysterical, saying he is seeing shit and car won't start. Girls crying, saying they want to go home and call police. Look back at Jason. He is still doing the face that says, "Guys, we should go back. I left my phone over there." Everyone, simultaneously. No fucking way. Get really fucking scared because Jason never talks in that tone. Tell Vomit guy to change spots and I will try to start the car. Scrambles over me because he does not want to get out of the car. I turn on the reds, then ignition, fails, try again, won't fucking start. Girls trying to call police, one has no battery, other has SOS signal, fucking Vodafone. I am furiously trying to start the car when I see a flicker of something in bushes directly in front of us. Fucking thing is moving through bush towards our car, in bush on other side of road. Vomit guy sees and locks all doors. He is freaking out. Fucking engine finally starts. Windows foggy from everyone breathing, screaming and panicking. Defogger on. Window a crack open. Dump clutch to get the fuck out of there. Gunning it down the road. Putrid stench seeping in from the window. Vomit guy panicking as I am driving across both oncoming and my own lane. He says something is following through the bush alongside us in the peripherals of our high beams, a few meters in front of the car. I don't know where the fuck I am going. Just drive and drive. Vomit guy says he can't see a thing anymore. Girls want to call cops, but we say, who the fuck is going to believe us? Make it down the F3 freeway, back to civilization. Jason out cold in back seat with girls. Get back to Ultimo. Everyone stays over, because we were all scared as fuck to be alone. Had to carry Jason out of car with Vomit guy. None of us can sleep, except for him. We are all awake, huddled into one bed. Jason on the couch. Jason wakes up. Ask what the fuck he was thinking last night. My face went. He says he does not remember, and he must have passed out in the car after chucking a piss in bushes. We all what the fuck. Never spoke to girls again. Vomit guy going to therapist now. I stay home, scared to leave my house. Try every night to find an explanation online. What the fuck happened to us? Does anyone have an explanation? Jason is normal now and does not seem bothered at all. I can't seem to forget the voice that called my name and the fucking thing watching us. I don't believe in ghosts or fuck with the supernatural. Nothing like this has ever happened to us before. This gives me nervous breakdowns when I think about it.
Hey, I hope you've enjoyed the story so far. If you do and you want to hear more, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below, as it lets the algorithm know that you like my content and it promotes it to more people. My goal for the channel is to hit 50,000 subscribers, and we're closing in fast, so thank you, and back to the stories.
Holy fuck. I can't believe someone else went there and had weird shit happen to them. Camping with two of my cousins and my best friend in Ureka in 01. Was about 18 or 19 at the time. We got there at about 10 a.m. and it was around 9 or 10 at the time. Fall time, and it was already dark. Sitting around a makeshift stone fire pit, smoking a little pot, listening to Factory 81, telling ghost stories and roasting hot dogs. My friend brought a bag of chicken nuggets that had defrosted during the day that he put on a stick and was roasting on a fire. We were laughing pretty hard at that. When, bam, we heard this loud as fuck, bassy noise. Radio's power goes off. Do you hear that bass, Mom? Cousin 1, Corey, is visibly shaken and her eyes are like headlights, while Cousin 2, Alex, stares at her, waiting for some kind of confirmation. Tell her it was aliens. We all laugh and go on about all the possible spooky scenarios, but agree on the fact that it was either fireworks or a gunshot. I know she knew it wasn't. Don't know about the other two though. Following night. In tent with friend, Kate. still smoking pot. Ugh, I was such a scrub. Zip open tent door to let some of the smoke out, because our eyes are burned and we could not fucking breathe. As the smoke dissipates, I notice something way down the path in the moonlight. Barely any moonlight. Tent is facing shitty path that goes off of the main path. Friend notices me, straining my eyes. Says what, after blankly staring at me, staring at the path for like 8 seconds, huh. Told her to come here because what the fuck. She honestly does not want to until I tell her. What? Tell her there is something on the path. She makes a joke about how there is barely a path and laughs at it alone until she realizes how confused I was. Makes her way over, and I pointed out where I was looking. I freaked out a little internally because I thought I was the only one seeing it, because she was not seeing where I was pointing. Then I saw her eyes get wide. Thank God, yes. She mouthed a little, "What the fuck?" We gradually realized it is a person. They are alone. This is obviously weird. They are walking up slowly. It looked like he was just kind of sliding. When he gets closer, I notice how jagged his movements are. When I noticed, my stomach got that feeling you get when you're either in trouble or something scares you at night or some shit. We turn off the lantern in the tent so he does not notice us. Zip it up so much, we are literally mushing our faces together to see. She goes to the back of the tent and zips open the screen to see if Alex and Corey are awake. I follow her, and we both start turning our flashlights on and off at the screen of their tent to wake them up. No luck, obviously. We both go back to see where this dude is at. When I put my face up to the hole of the tent, all I fucking saw was a nose and mouth. I yelled holy fucking shit pretty loud and threw myself backwards. Kate realized what happened and screamed. I tried to rip the hunting knife out of my bag when all I heard was, sorry, I really didn't. Calm down for a sec. Rip open the tent door. Meanwhile, I see Corey come out of the tent in boxer briefs and a tank top, noticeably pissed at how cold it was and concerned about what she heard my ass yell for. Corey steps out of the tent, rubbing her arms, pissed off and cold. What the fuck was that? You guys screaming like someone is dying. I am standing there with a knife half out of my bag. Kate is pale and shaking. Corey looks past us and squints. Who the fuck is that? Turn around. Dude is just standing there, about 10 meters away now, barely visible in the low moonlight. He's wearing like dark clothes, maybe a hoodie, but it's hard to tell. Hands hanging by his sides, shoulders slightly slumped. Alex finally wakes up, sticks his head out of their tent. Bruh, what is going on? Corey, some fucking creep walked up on the tent. Alex steps out, barefoot, still waking up. He squints at the guy, who has not moved. Oi, you alright, mate? No response. Alex cups his hand to his mouth and yells louder. You lost? The guy takes one slow, jerky step forward. I take a step back, without even realizing it. Kate grabs my arm. Corey mutters, this is fucking weird. Guy says something finally, but it is too low to hear. Alex, what? Guy repeats, louder, but still slurred. You should not be out here. Dead silence after that. No wind, no bugs, no crackling fire. Just the sound of someone's breath and the blood in my ears. Alex, mate, if you need help or something, say it. If not, fuck off. Corey now has her little camping axe in her hand. I still have the knife, but my hand is shaking. Guy does not move again for a good 30 seconds. Then, without warning, he turns around and walks straight into the bush. No flashlight, no phone light, just disappears into the trees like it's his backyard. Alex goes, what the fuck was that? Corey says, no, seriously, what the fuck, and starts pacing. We are all freaked out, but trying to pretend that we aren't. Kate grabs my sleeves and whispers, you saw how he moved, right? Nod. Alex walks a few steps forward toward the bush. Don't, I say, don't follow him. We don't know what that was. Alex stops, shrugs, turns back. We should just pack up and go. Corey, it's after midnight. We are not hiking back in the dark. She's right. None of us want to go into the trees with whatever that was. We all end up huddled together around the dead fire pit. No one wants to go back into the tents. Alex throws on more wood, and we get the fire going again. Kate lights a joint with a shaky hand, does not even finish it. Corey keeps checking the tree line with a little LED torch. Every now and then, we think we hear something in the distance. Crack of a branch, shuffle of leaves. Alex says it's probably possums or wallabies. Corey says it did not sound like that. Around 3 a.m., I finally doze off, sitting upright. Wake up, just as the sky starts turning grey. Corey is still awake, torch dead in her lap. Kate is asleep on my shoulder. Alex is passed out with a stick in his hand like a weapon. Corey whispers to me, without looking away from the trees. He came back about an hour ago, just stood there for a while. Heart drops into my stomach. You sure? Did not say anything this time, just stood there watching us, then walked back into the trees again. Sun finally rises fully, and we start packing our shit like our lives depend on it. Nobody really talks. Backpacks thrown together, tents collapsed haphazardly. Alex tries to make a joke about being haunted, but no one laughs. We get back to the car in record time. Road back to town is dead silent. No one mentions what happened again. Corey and I have not spoken in years now. Me and my dad usually go fishing on Mato Grosso, Brazil frontier. For those who don't know, Pantanal is in that region. Last year's vacation, as tradition dictates, we went there again. We usually stay at my dad's friend's house and go deeper into the woods after some time, following a nearby river upstream and camping along the way. Take rifles, machetes, and other hunting, fishing, and safety apparatus. Region is extremely safe if you know your way around, but is still prone to ounce, is this the way we write it in English, attacks. On the second day, following the river through the woods, we stop to fish in a sand beach. Tie the boat and start to fish. Get nothing all day but a few small fish. Decide to stay on camp the next day and hunt instead of fishing. Me and my dad go deeper into the forest, and our friend stays, taking care of camp. We see a keteto, a kind of boar that is closer to a savage pig with overgrown teeth, lying down in a pile of dirt a few meters away. Me and Dad immediately climb a tree, since ketetos walk in groups and are very aggressive. After we climb, we look around to locate the band. No other animals in sight. The animal that is in sight is still sleeping. Dad shoots it in the neck, missed the head. We think it died instantly, since it did not even react. That's weird. The little bastards are very resilient. Maybe it hit the spine. After waiting a while to see, its band shows up. We climb down the tree with mace sprays in hand. They hate it and flee if it is sprayed near them. We approach the body and realize it was not sleeping. It was dead from the start, but since it had its back turned on us, we could not see it. It has no eyes left or tongue, but the rest is intact. An ounce could not have done this. Meh. Maybe it was poisoned or sick. Notice that it is not stinking for some reason. If the eyes had already gone, it should stink, at least a little bit. Suddenly, an overwhelming stench coming with the wind blowing against us. First, what the actual fuck is this strong wind doing in the middle of a relatively dense woods? Second, it smelled like blood that had been on a frying pan and got burned. I've been on this fucking board long enough to know what that smell might mean, so I am already promptly shitting myself. Dad wants to see what the fuck it is. I say no. Dad starts walking away. Follow him, leaving a Hansel and Gretel trail behind me that is composed of poop. We reach a small clearing and holy fuck, the keteto friends are there. But at least they won't hurt us, since half of their fucking bodies are missing. It looks like someone ripped them in half and took the hind legs, leaving only the front half, with no eyes or tongue. The trees surrounding the clearing are painted red. Dad says, "No animal did this. Come on, son." Turns his back to the scene and starts walking rapidly. We return to camp, and it is almost night. Dad tells his friends what he saw. He just laughs it off. The next day, we decide to go back home and end the vacation short this time, because my father had a bad feeling. Nothing else happened while in the forest. We get to his friend's home, and from there, we go to our home. That happened about a year ago, and the time is coming for us to return. I don't want to go. Well, that is what happened to me, and if any part is not clear because of my English, just ask me, and I will explain.